So starting May 12th, 2026, I have uploaded 100 shorts. This was the outcome. What's going on, guys? My name is Ethan J. We're a small channel here trying to crack that 1,000 and then the first 10,000 subscribers. It would mean the world that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share me your stories as we talk a little bit about content creation and our stories on learning the YouTube algorithm and being better creators. Let's get into it. So the story started here. I started following, watching, and learning from a Dr. Eric Berg on YouTube. So if you know anything about Dr. Eric Berg, you probably heard of him. He's got great content. I really like the way that he portrays his expertise. He's got a great speaking cadence. And then of course the information is very valuable. So there's a lot of value in it. One day I woke up and I noticed that he had a post on his community post, right? And basically it said, we're looking for videographers, we're looking for editors, and we need someone that knows how to work with, and he outlined a few AI. He outlined what he was doing, and he outlined what he was looking for in the editor. Now, if you know my story a little bit, I'm actually recovering from a bone surgery, so I can't really personal train right now. I saw that post and I realized, and I said, hey, you know what? I've never done this before, but I'm gonna give this a shot. So I looked at some of his shorts. I took his information from his post. I legitimately put it into ChatGPT so that I could learn each one. And then after I wrote down the notes on them, I downloaded them and I paid for them. And I paid for Leonardo, I paid for Pika AI, I paid for ChatGPT, and I began to produce, right? Now, of course, Pika I didn't pay for. Leonardo and Chat was the ones that I paid for. I looked into Pika and I decided to wait it off. Leonardo AI short fused after the first day I bought it. So I tried to generate multiple photos and it would just give me this error sign after, you know, the first couple of prompts. So I quickly refunded my money because I tried 3 or 4 times with 3 different tabs, went down, closed the entire thing, signed out, went back into it, tried it again, and it didn't work for me. So I stuck with just ChatGPT, CapCut, which you do have to pay a subscription for, and I started to mass produce. Now, the workflow for how you automate between the systems is something that you're gonna have to figure out. But I uploaded 100 shorts, guys, 100 shorts. And it's May 27th today, right, as I'm making this film. And what I can tell you is that from the volume of work that you have to put in, from scripting, from image prompting, to editing, right? Editing the photos in, and that's, you know, you'll see, if you want to check all these shorts, please check out my short section on the second part of YouTube here. I edited, scripted, added transitions, right? Added the captions, right? Which are easy to do. And then, yeah, I've uploaded. And I'll tell you guys this right now, starting off with this journey, I started with 939 subscribers, and I'm going to tell you the big number right now, guys, so you guys are going to be really excited to see it. We hit, after 100 shorts, I gained 3 subscribers. 3 subscribers from 100 shorts made. 100 shorts made. It took me 14 days to make 100 shorts by myself. So what's the learning lesson here that I learned? The first thing is this. I've realized that just making, so the style of shorts, let's talk about that. I took image prompts, collectively put them up together, and I systematically matched them to the script with no real human. There was not me, there was nobody really, you know, moving. It was just an image to an image. And then transitions, the images themselves had animation, right? And then the prompts, the captions down below. Right? And I'm a personal trainer. I love nutrition. I love training. So all of my videos were focused on health, right? There was a few faults to the equation that I think. First off, I personally think that the health and the wellness space is very oversaturated, like many other spaces. Secondly, most people are not engaged by just seeing images, right? Like if you watch a video, if you see just a bunch of images and information coming at you, your focus on that video is going to be so minute, especially with the content that we have today, right? Like, and this is a big thing that I have to realize, right? Like I'm going to have to invest into and respect. Content creation is a huge, huge, huge business. The editors that are doing the work today, the content creators that are doing the work today, these guys are incredible. You know, we're talking about crisp movie-like edits. We're talking, you know, cinematic nature shots, right? You know, ocean edits. We're talking about cave edits. We're talking about, like, you know, some of the most detailed pieces of content ever. And then, of course, some very exhilarating sports. You know, if you go through your shorts, right, you'll see that the shorts algorithm is set up to attain as much dopamine as possible from the viewer. So the beauty of that is, you know, if you make the right kind of content that really gets people hooked to kind of watch a little bit longer, you could really, really fly. The hard part of that is if you don't, it's going to be very difficult for you to get really good views on shorts. My highest performing short, guys, I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now. My highest performing short, it was a 25-second video, 25 seconds. And it's me doing a push-up challenge with an automated voice, right? So it was me doing a push-up challenge before I went and clocked in for work, right? And it caught me, I was wearing a old past uniform, and it got me 4.5K views, right? That tells me that you can put as much data and you can put as much scripting and you could really try to make your shorts as valuable as possible. But shorts are really just kind of like your lottery slot machine. You know, you have to make them as juicy as possible. And if they're not juicy, just understand that you're not going to capture the attention of most people, right? So that's the first thing I learned after posting 100 shorts in less than 14 days. The second thing is, you know, like I said before, people are not going to be interested in not seeing a human. If there isn't a human being and it's all AI images, you're not going to go far. So learn my lesson. Don't do that. You will fly. The third thing is understand if your market's oversaturated. If you're competing with guys like, you know, Eric Berg and other fitness content creators, right? You know, using an outdated system like image prompting and transitions is not going to really be a good way to edit videos and gather attention, right? Your goal is to assess your analytics, see your comments, and then understand, okay, what's happening. And for me, I was getting views, but I was getting no engagement and no comments. So that means that this content right here is just lackluster. It's not going to capture the attention. Nonetheless, some will ask me then, dude, why did you continue to create 100 more, even knowing that your analytics were tough from day one? Because I wanted to spend 100 days testing the algorithm, or not 100 days, 14 days testing the algorithm to see if the 100 shorts, if one of them would pop off. Just past 1,000. And I'm telling you guys, not a single one passed 1,000. I actually think that within the 100 shorts that I posted within 14 days, the one video or short that really went well, I decided to go off the script and I did a cutout video, my first ever cutout video. I personally think it looks really unprofessional, but I see a lot of creators doing really well with that cutout copy, and they have B-roll or a script or an overlay in the back, and they just have an image and they're talking over it. But that short got me 497 views, and I think that was the highest performing short in the 100 shorts in that 14 days. So you got to really think about how to incorporate you into your shorts, whether it's movement, whether it's quick cuts, you know, and that really plays a big part. So, you know, I talked about my first video today, which is I failed on YouTube, you know, and today the second video is that I failed after posting 100 shorts in 14 days, right? This is the final part of the message that I want to really lay out for a young audience out there. And I'm going to make an entire video on this, man. The biggest loser in life isn't the guy that's failing at finding success. No, that guy's not the loser. The biggest loser is the guy who never tries to build wealth on his own, and he hates other people, constantly consuming video games, weed, pornography, and hating on other people, and never does anything to change his own life. When I tell people that I've posted 2,600 videos, they're going to think I'm a lunatic. But what I see is somebody that kept on trying. And yeah, the hard part of my journey is I never learned how to improve it. Of course, that's happening now. But part of the journey was I needed to learn how to do it. I needed to build a confidence of posting a video. I needed to trust that once I pressed publish, that something would come from that. And comments did come in, and I do have 943 subscribers. It's just time to up the level even further to get to the next level. You know, and that took me a lot of time. I can never say that I'm a loser, because a loser is somebody that gives up. A loser is somebody that stops. A loser is somebody that says, you know what, this might not be for me. I'm just going to go back to not trying anymore. The person who says, you know what, I failed at this again and again and again, but I'm going to try again and again and again. That is the bane of a champion. So I want to leave that with you guys as I leave this video. Maybe you're overweight, you're just trying a workout routine for the first time. Maybe you don't even, like, maybe you're so out of it in life. Maybe you're starting a side business. Maybe you're starting a YouTube business, and you just feel like all of your effort has not been moving forward. You have a choice to make. Option one, which is leave what you're doing now because it's too painful, it's too difficult, it's too boring, and you're not seeing the results. Or option B, which is you stick it out, you learn the craft, you respect the algorithm and what the content creators are doing, and you evolve your content over time. B is the harder path. B is still not promised to get you to where you want to get to, but the perseverance that it takes to stay in option B, regardless of the accolades and the successes, is what defines a champion and a fighter from somebody who's not. Now, I don't know what your story is, but I hope that this little bit of a video has given you encouragement to chase after something that maybe was not a possibility for you. Maybe that you found some difficulty in. Maybe you thought wasn't possible for you to do. My name is Ethan J. This is Perseverance. On here, we're a small content creator channel. You know, our goal is 10K subs. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned along the way. I do personal training. You know, I love fitness. I'm not in the best shape right now. If you want to check out why, it's because of a bone surgery. You can check out some of my other videos. And I can't wait to inspire you and learn your story as well too, and finally attain some goals that we have been hunting down for a while. If you found any value in this, like, comment, subscribe, share your story. We are back with another one very soon.